So I've come down to Town Hall Square. I'll turn the camera around shortly and show you where the Town Hall was. Now, there was actually 4 of these. This one being the last. And this was completed in 1863. As you can see across the road there, it's been there a long time. Been there over 150 years it's been there. Now I'm going to show you where the other 3 were. Okay, now not in this location, it's a bit further up the road. The land on which the current Town Hall is on is known as the 6 Acres Field, and it was completed in 1863, like I said. So let's move on. I'm back on New Street, where the Wesleyan Chapel used to be, which is this building here. Remember I showed you the window up there? Okay, the reason I've come back down here is because inside there, in the hallway, which obviously this isn't there anymore, there used to be a hatch or a trapdoor with a gully where the Avon waters used to run. So there you go. So wherever that water came from, obviously was in front of me, which is the River Red. So yeah, the Avon waters run under this building here, in a gully and a trapdoor in the hallway. So let's move on. Okay, so I've now come down here. You probably recognise this place, obviously the church, St James, or Grimsby Minster. Now the reason I've come down here is because it's said that in the 13th century, the first town hall was built, roughly in this area where I am now. This is Bethlehem Street, roughly in that area there. Okay, then it was replaced by a second one in 1391 in a similar area, again over there. Okay, then another one was built later on. Obviously that stood for quite a long time. The next one was built in 1780, also in the same area. Now, like I was saying, I don't know exactly where, but all it says is near the church. Well, that's where I am now, so it must be somewhere in that area there, because that building over there, yeah, so as I was saying, the white building over there, which is now an estate agent, was built in 1781, so it says. So it must be in the same time as when the last, in this area, the last town hall was built before it was moved to its current position, thus being the 4th one. But yeah, this is where they all was, in this area. So that's really good. So let's carry on a bit further. Okay, so I've now come off Wellergate, and I've just come round the back of the old cottages down Wellergate, and round the back of it. So I'm going to point the camera through there. As you can see, there it is through there. The back of that. The one at the front, the white building, sorry. There's things at the back there. So what I'm going to do is put this over the fence over this way. So let's go down here. Okay, so that's that. I don't know what was behind there, but I could hear somebody, so I'm moving away. Okay, so I'm right around the back of that cottage now. I'm keeping quiet because I keep hearing noises. I don't know if it's animals or what it is, but you can see there it is, right around the back of it. Move the camera as close as I can. Okay, so let's move on. Okay, so I'm now walking down Gardiner Street. Now, believe it or not, on the corner where I'm coming up to now, there used to be a school just here, just before you get to the Abbey Road, which is off to the left with where the camera's pointing now. So yeah, there used to be a school just here where all these houses are. Right, okay, so we're now on Ainsley Street. Now the area we're going to look at is this area here. Now there's a lot of things going on around here, lots of things. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to walk back across this road, I'm going to go in this park, and I'll tell you about it. Okay, so I've just come off Ainsley Street, which is in front of the camera there, and I'm now in a park. Now this used to be a cemetery, okay, and also on here there was a chemical works too, which is behind me somewhere. Now there was 2 chapels on here, and one non-conformist church and a Church of England. That's what they were. That's what the 2 chapels was. And the mill was probably steam powered, as the map says 1887 on it. So there was a chemical works and a mill on here, which I think are behind me in that direction somewhere in this area, according to the maps I've seen. Now this is quite a big, a lot of things going on just for one little area. Now there's another interesting thing that I found, Peppercorn Walk. Now the map, I've just been saying 1887. Now down that way, down there is Doughty Road. Now I matched it up last night, and Peppercorn Walk definitely comes from that direction and goes down there to Ainsley Street. Okay, so That was like a bit of a mystery, but like I say, that map was 1887 to 1888, where Peppercorn Walk was. Likely that Doughty Road was built in the same place. Now, if any of you do know that, please put it in the comments below. It's only what I've read. So I'm just going to walk over here and see what's in front of me in this park. So let's carry on. Okay, so I'm still in that park there, but I've come down here. Look at this tree. Ah, somebody set fire to it, look. Wow. Must have fell down where them winds not long back. If this probably was where the chemical works was, or the mill, because obviously you need water for both, i.e. the steam and obviously the chemical process as well. I would have thought, but as you can see, that's algae. Okay, so I've come a bit further around now, and that wall there, or behind there, that used to be the Grimsby to Louth Railway, where it ran straight down Peaks Parkway. Now, if I'm correct, I think this might go under the road. I'm not entirely sure. I have never honestly been down here. Oh no, where does it go? It goes through there. So let's take a walk, let's have a look. Always interesting when you find somewhere new, yet you've been living here years. Yeah, let's have a look round here. What's this? Oh, looks like garages. Yeah, there are garages down there. It's just garages, nothing else. Well, let's have a look down here. Okay, so yeah, that comes out onto Wintringham Road. And obviously it is to do with the railways because there is a railway bridge there. Obviously it's been changed since then, but yeah, that's the Louth to Grimsby in front of us. Now down here, look, there's some old steps still here, which obviously you came down from if you up here, which is raised, because that would just be cars going down there, but this is raised up. And obviously you went down there and went under there to go out onto 8th Avenue, which is where we're going to go next. And in front of me is this, which is called a stink pipe, which basically took the smells out of the drain and sent it right up into the air. As you can see, it's definitely Victorian. There's got markings on it down there, some writing. Put the camera down that side there, and you see there's like a shield thing on there, so that looks really good. The reason why we came down to this street is because at the bottom of the street was Tasborough House on the side of Home Mill and the tile works. This street line off 8th Avenue and ran through to Enidge Road. Okay, so I just come out of the park, and as I was walking out, I found this great lump of stone down there. Now usually these are on corners where something drives through it. You know, like back in the day, obviously an horse and cart. So that means there must have been one over that side area somewhere. Obviously that's the gate now to get into there. But yeah, I've come across that. So that must be part of the original way into that way there. So let's move on. Okay, so I'm down the side of St James Church, as you can see in front of me there. The reason I've come here is I've got an old picture which I'm looking at now, and it's got a windmill on it. And next to it was the original William and Sons in the background. And William and Sons started business in 1817, so that's a long time ago. So I'm going to quickly turn the camera around. So Chantry Lane is down there where I'm pointing. So the windmill is there where you just go under, and slightly, say, to the left where the, whatever that used to be, I can't remember now, the St James House, that's it, was where the William and Marshall's and Son was in 1817. Okay, so we'll come down to the River Ed again, and what I'm going to talk about now is Sowerby's oil mill on the River Ed, which was down there. You look down there, the wall, that stretches all the way to the top of the River Ed, and that's how long this mill was. I think it even stretched beyond this bridge here as well. Now, the Corporation Bridge opened at set time to allow the vessels in to bring in the nuts. They use the nuts to squeeze the oil out of, and that's what the mill did. It was oil, just to get oil out, peanut oil then, isn't it? I suppose you call it now, but yeah. And this mill was demolished in the 1960s. It was proposed that this was where the precinct was going to be. That over there, Freshney Place. So obviously, as you can see, it isn't. Okay, so when it was demolished in the 1970s, they built a concrete barrier across the Alexandra Dock to stop ships or anything coming down here to access the River Ed. Okay, so I've now come down Mill Road, and I'm probably at the highest point. Now that's where you would definitely put a windmill, on the highest point. So anyway, the picture I've got was taken in the picture of it I've got is circa 1815, and it was demolished in the 1920s. I'm going to turn the camera around and through there. Look at this. I've just come across this. But look at that. Beautiful. Obviously it's somebody's house, but look at all this row there. Yeah, so them houses you can see are called Hillcrest. And there's another name further on as well, which I can't say it. But yeah, look at how old these must be. Look at that door there. Wow, beautiful. I'd love to live in somewhere like that. That is gorgeous. So let's move on. Okay, so we've come to the end of another video. As you can see, I'm sat in a pub for a change, better than being outside, methinks. So I'd like to thank all my new subscribers and all my viewers for watching my channel. I'll see you next time on the next video. Cheers.